All right, I'm gonna read the problems from the semester exam, the fall 2019 semester exam. Number one, we're gonna do one at a time. Okay, it says, uh, which Venn diagram correctly describes the relationship between whole numbers and integers? So, which Venn diagram correctly describes the relationship between whole numbers and integers? Answer A has whole numbers and integers because whole numbers and integers have no numbers in common. Answer choice B has whole numbers and integers because some whole numbers are not integers. C, whole numbers, integers, and it has because all integers are whole numbers. And D, integers, whole numbers, because all whole numbers are integers. Because all whole numbers are integers. Okay, that's number one. So number two. It says, Marsh gave the cashier $30 to pay for 3 pairs of socks. The cashier gave her $5.04 in change. Each pair of socks cost the same amount. What is the cost in dollars and cents for each pair of socks? Number three. What is the solution set for negative 4x minus 10 is less than or equal to 2? Answer A says x is less than or equal to negative 3. B says x is greater than or equal to negative 3. C, x is less than or equal to 2. And D, x is greater than or equal to 2. Number 4. An equation is modeled. And so you have 5x on one side, and you have 6 positive 1s is equal to 1 positive 1. What value of x makes the equation true? A is 1, B equals 7, C equals negative 5, and D equals negative 1. Number 5. Cheddar cheese costs $4.25 per pound. Which equation best represents y, the total cost of x pounds of cheddar cheese? A says x equals 4.25 plus y. B says x equals 4.25 times y. C, y equals 4.25 plus x. And D says y equals 4.25 times x. Number 6. A recipe says to use 4 cups of flour to make 64 cookies. What is the constant of proportionality that relates the number of cookies made, y, to the number of cups of flour used, x? A is 0 and 7/10, B is 16, C is 68, and D is 3. Number 7. It says the cost of 3 pounds of grapes is $9.75. What is the constant of proportionality that relates the cost in dollars, y, to the number of pounds of grapes, x? A equals $2.19, B equals $4, C is $3.25, or D is not there, or not here. Number 8. The Venn diagram below shows the classification of real numbers. So you look, there's the real number system, rationals, integers, whole numbers, natural number, and over here we have the irrationals. Based on the Venn diagram, which number would be classified as a whole number, integer, and a rational number? A equals -4, B equals 7, C equals 6/10, and D equals -3 2/10. Number 9. The ratio of boys to girls in Miss Cunningham's class is 3 to 4. There are 16 girls in the class. What is the total number of students in Mrs. Cunningham's class? A equals 7, B equals 30, C equals 12, and D equals 28. Number 10. The distance between two towns is 120 kilometers. There are approximately 8 kilometers in 5 miles. Which measurement is closest to the number of miles between these two towns? A equals 75 miles, B equals 3 miles, C equals 192 miles, and D equals 117 miles. Number 11. The table shows the distance y a cheetah can travel in feet in x seconds. So the speed of a cheetah, the time in x in seconds, and the distance y in feet. It says, based on information in the table, which equation can be used to model the relationship between x and y? A equals is y equals 5x, B y equals x plus 5, C y equals x plus 470, or D y equals 94x, or 94 times x. Number 12. Which table contains only values that satisfy the equation y equals 0 and 5/10 x, or 0 and 5/10 times x plus 14? So you can say this: y equals 0.5x plus 14, or y equals 0 and 5x times x plus 14. Okay, so y equals 0 and 5x times plus 14, or y equals 0.5x plus 14. A has x and has the values here. Y has these values going down. B, same thing, we have x values, and y we have all these values there. C, same thing, x has these values here, and y has these other values. And D, same thing, x, these are the values for x, these are the values for y. Number 13. It says Roman rode his bike at a constant rate of 0.2 kilometers per minute. Which table represents y, the number of kilometers Roman rode his bike in x minutes? So table A has the minutes and the times. Kilometer has the distance. B has again minutes, and then kilometers also has some down this way. So you look at each column. Minutes here, and then the kilometers. D, minutes, and then the kilometers. Number 14. Angela traveled an average speed of 55 miles per hour for 3 hours. She then traveled at an average speed of 60 miles for 2 hours. What was the total distance she traveled during that time? Number 15. A worker uses 450 inches of steel wire to make 300 springs of the same size. At this rate, how many inches of steel wire are needed to make one spring? A says 1/3 inch, B is 1/15 inch, C is 2/3 inch, and D is 1.5 inch. And number 16, it says solve 5 1/4 times 2.5. A is 13 1/8. B is 10 5/4. C is 7 1/9, and D is equal to 7.75. Okay, number 17 says solve 3 1/4 times 2.5. A is 13 3/8, B is 9 5/4, C is 8 1/8, and D is 9.75. 18, solve 2 1/4 times 0 5/10. A is equal to 3 3/8, B is equal to 9 5/4, C is 5 1/9, and D is 1 1/8. Number 19, solve 1/4 times 7.5. A is equal to 13 3/8, B is equal to 1 7/8, C is equal to 5 1/9, and D is equal to 1 1/8. 20 there, 5 1/4 times negative 7.5. This should be A here. A is equal to 13 1/8, B is equal to 39 3/8, C is equal to negative 39 3/8, and D is equal to 7.75. That's it. Thank you.